Everybody, Chris here with Klingspor's Woodworking Shop, and welcome to Coffee and Grit, where you sip the coffee and I give you all things nitty-gritty about everything Klingspor's Woodworking Shop. Today, we are in the store, and we're going to check out another one of the hardware pieces that we get a lot of questions on. Have you ever tried to make a floating shelf? Well, yeah, me too. I've done them out of wood and a variety of different things. I've seen videos using lag bolts and all kinds of things, down there on Lincoln Street. But we've got something better. This is specifically fit for your setup. So we'll take a look today. Item SL60333 comes in a little pack like that. They are sold per each, but I'll tell you what, they're a handy little item if you're looking to do some little shelves. Let me show you what I mean. So if we look down here at this little display I made, yes, I made this out of some T&G for all you shiplap people out there who insist that that's the only way to make a wall. So there you go. That's the tongue and groove board for you. So how this shelf works, I put this 2-inch thick stock on here, and what we've got on the display is essentially two brackets that mount to your wall. And it does come with the necessary hardware. If you're hooking that into sheetrock, it does come with some little pieces for inserts for that. You might want to look at something more industrial if the shelf's going to be heavy. But beside that, you get the brackets there, and you also get the post. Now, these are fully adjustable according to the brackets themselves. They're adjustable up and down, so you can get that just right. And then the post itself is adjustable left and right by simply loosening or tightening this screw. So you can kind of get it dialed in before you get started. Now, it's a cool little setup, and they hold quite a bit of weight for what they are. And if you look, the bracket clamps right on top of this. The main bracket that mounts has got sort of a flared out shape, and then this bracket mounts right to that. That's what holds it together. But the business end, everybody wants to see, what does that look like? Well, there you go. This can be done in a variety of ways. If you've got a router table or a mortising machine, those would be the easiest tools to use. I wanted to do this using the simplest possible method as I could. I used a 1/2-inch bit and a hand drill and drilled these two holes for the posts. And these were all done on a drill press with a Forstner bit. I could have also done it with a hand drill and just kind of staggered those around, kind of like I did there, and then came in with a chisel and chiseled that away. Now, you might be wondering, why does this look so thick? Well, these parts are the shallow area that just need to be slightly thicker than the plate. So I ran these about 3/16 deep. This, however, has to encompass the flared out portion of the bracket, as well as this, if you've got to make any adjustments. So what I did was I just took the measurement on either side, and I went with that, and it's got more than enough space in there for any adjustments that might have been needed. But all this was done with, like I said, a Forstner bit, and some minimal tools would be required to get this done. And it really doesn't matter how this looks. What matters is when you go to mount the shelf on there, do you get a nice tight fit against the wall? And if this was the case and this was installed, yes, I would. So that's really all that matters. Now, I know some of you with OCD are really curious how many holes that I actually did there. Well, you're going to have to try to do the math on your own. This was craft day at Klingspor's Woodworking Shop, and I just wanted to see how many geometric circles I could make. And I'll just tell you that it was around 40-ish. So with that said, if you're looking for a really cool, really simple, easy to use floating shelf system, well, Klingspor's Woodworking Shop has got you covered with the SL60333 floating shelf brackets. They are sold each. So if you got a big old piece that you needed 3 of these, well, you don't have to buy 2 packs and have one extra. You buy just how many you need, and we've got you covered. 1/2-inch drill bit to cover these. And this is right at 7/8, but I used a 1-inch Forstner. So those are the only 2 bits I needed. And really, if you just had a hand chisel, you could have drilled these out and hand chiseled everything else. So or routed it. So easy stuff, no matter what tools you got in your shop. The magic floating shelves are easy to add to your list if you want to make some cool looking shelves in your shop, in your house, in your kitchen, or wherever else shelves are made or needed. Well, this is Chris out here in the Hickory store Hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee and Grit. If there's any additional questions on this, let us know. If you got other products you'd like to see, of course, let us know that as well. You can see this item on the web at woodworkingshop.com or call us at 800-228-0000. Well, this is Chris, and I guess I'll see you next time.
Today's presentation of Coffee and Grit is brought to you by Woodworker Joe Whole Bean Coffee, a perfect blend of light, medium, and dark roast, roasted and packaged right here in North Carolina, exclusively at woodworkingshop.com.
If there's a product you'd like featured on Coffee and Grit, let us know at 800-228-0000 or email us at tech@woodworkingshop.com.